Hello again, Heli Helperton here, enhancing your enjoyment in flying helicopters, we hope. Thought I'd talk to you for just a couple minutes here on the big Raptor 30 and how to put some lights on them. This particular one you can see fly on Big Paul 1951. There's a video of it. I don't have one on here just yet. But anyway, there are several light kits available. The best ones I've found for the money seem to be on Heli Pros. They have a set that includes 2 white flashing strobes for the tail. Now, this particular set I made up of a few different bulbs that I got and different items, and I think it was a basic aircraft set, which I wouldn't recommend because it was real expensive. There's one, it's a 20 something on Heli Pros, and it's pretty reasonable. It has a lot of lights on it. Easy to hook up. The bad thing with it is you can't add anything to it. I get where you put Y plugs possibly and add to it. But what I've done here, the plug-in that came with the set, if you can see this here, I don't know how good this camera's going to do. I've mounted it to the canopy with hot glue, as well as put a strap, zip tie strap around it to help hold it. And the wiring inside the canopy I've done with hot glue, which seems to stick this plastic pretty good. However, you have to make sure it's very clean. Take some alcohol, make sure there's no fuel resin or anything. Okay, so then we use one of these batteries. If you're familiar with the SR120, the Eflight SR120, this is the batteries that power them, and you can get shoot probably, if you wanted to stretch it, 10 or 12 flights out of this before you charge the light battery. It's 3.7 volts. It's perfect. You get the brightness that you want. So I got my red here. We've got red flashing on the tail. You have to excuse my paint job. This was my first helicopter, so my first gas. Really nice and bright green, and green always goes on the right side in aviation. I think boats too, but I won't swear to that, but always in aviation. And then what I did here was I modified and went to Radio Shack and got some bright white LEDs. Those are glaring in there. They're pretty bright. And put on the belly here so that I can see the land. I found one thing that was hard to do was landing if you couldn't see the ground. So it's important to light that ground up where you can. I don't know if you can see, I got a little fella in here, a detailed dashboard that lights up, and he has a good time flying around at night. So, but I'll tell you what, night flying is a blast when you get used to it, and I'm sure most of you out there are better heli pilots than me. It does help to have the lighted rotors. Some people, me being one of them, like to see what those rotors are doing. Makes it easier to keep it steady and so forth. But I fly all the time in very dark conditions. Sometimes just turn on a porch light or something, just where I can get a little look at, what's around me. But I'd say if you do the lighted blades as well, you'll have absolutely no trouble flying at night. I'm sure you've seen videos on here on YouTube that guys just doing insane flying at night, which I'll never be able to do, and God bless them. One other thing I was going to show you real quick here was I also put a little light over the fuel tank, and that lights my fuel tank up in the dark so I can see how much fuel I got. But even if you just hover around a little bit at night, it's a lot of fun. In the summertime it cools down, so it's more comfortable, especially if you're a big fat guy like me. Probably not too many guys my size out there to fly. But it's, the air is calm if that's a problem with you. But it's peaceful, it's nice. I love night flying. And I highly recommend it. If you enjoy flying in the daytime, you'll like flying at night. So thanks for tuning in. See you later.